doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And it is Wednesday, which means we've got a new side quest. Let's take a look here. It is week 2 of Til Deathless, Do Us Part. And we have a Deathless She-Hulk here, which really isn't the boss. We are going to take the tech path here, and the boss of this one is going to be an Ebony Maw. So let's take a look at the tech path. So we've got redlining. So while the attacker has more than 33% of max power, they gain a 50% energize. If the attacker has more than 75% of their max power, they are immediately power drained. So it's going to be hard to throw a special 2. So we want to use champs that do special 1s and champs that do a lot of damage. We've got Langer. So whenever the attacker's power reaches 0, they take 240% of the defender's attack rating as direct damage. We don't want that to happen. So if you're going to use a special 2, it's going to be hard to do it because you're going to have to do it when you have exactly the right amount of energy. But then you're going to go to 0 and Langer's going to hit. And then we've got after a successful parry by the attacker receives a power gain buff, granting 25% of a bar of power over 5 seconds. So we're going to get that too. So we got a lot of things that are going to increase our power, but if we get redlined, we get to take a bunch of damage from Langer. If we use a special 2, which there's a very small window between when you hit the special 2 and that 75% of a bar of power, you'll hit those 0 and then you'll get Langered. So we don't want that to happen. So the team I'm going to be using is Angela, the Serpent, and Hercules. Hercules and Angela both do a ton of damage on their own. So not really from specials necessarily. So I'm going to be using that. I'll be concentrating on special 1s for both of them. For the Serpent, we'll be concentrating on a special 1 as well. And then we'll go over the boss. Well, let's go over the boss right now. So here's our boss, Ebony Maw. He's got Combo Party. So if we lose our combo, then we are going to take a bunch of damage, which can happen if you miss. Then the defender gains 12% of their max power each time a buff is nullified. We're going to be using champs that don't use buffs. So, or expires on the attacker. So that can happen if we dodge or dex. I am root. We're going to get rooted during the defender special attacks. We're going to try and keep this guy to a special 1. Then we've got heavy hands. If the defender is struck by a heavy attack, a timer starts for 12 seconds. If the attacker begins charging a heavy attack, then we're going to get a falter. But we are going to use champs that we don't care about. Particularly, the 2 champs we're going to use are Human Torch. As long as I have a temperature of 10 or higher, I cannot miss. And Bullseye, who just generally doesn't miss at all. So activating a special attack reduces damage caused. All hits bypass miss, and all hits are guaranteed crits. And I think we're going to start with him just to see if we can get him. I've got a rank 2 here. So, all right, let's begin, and let's go through this. And they got the new guy there. And so for these guys, we just have to worry about the Langer and everything else. You know, because the Serpent does special attacks, Spider-Man, I think we're gonna try and get Hercules up because Spider-Man can avoid a lot of special attacks. So we already got a power gain. Just gonna try and get as many of these as we can. Here we go. Boom. He can't avoid that. And we're not going to 0 health. Boom, boom. We're not going to 0 health. I would like for him to use a... Alright, he dodged all that, but it doesn't matter because he's gone. Okay, so we got 2 feats of strength for Hercules. I didn't want to use the other 2, Serpent or Angela, because if I have the special 1 with them, he's going to... And he did dodge some of that. Hercules is pretty safe bet. For this one, we are going to use Serpent. Now, Guardian gets a auto block. Serpent will bypass that with an unblockable. And we'll be doing special 1s. So same thing, we're going to pop special 1s off after we've got enough. And he gets a lot of power gain anyway. And we're going to pop these off. We're just going to keep popping these off. All right, we're just going to keep going, keep going. And he's at 3 bars of power. Yeah, here he goes. Here he goes. But I think we've got... I don't know if our immortality stops this. And he should be gone. Very good. Yes. Just concentrate on the special ones, and it should be okay. All right. I have already spent most of my Mysterium. There is some Mysterium that we need to do spend. So before you start this and before you gather that 9,000 Mysterium... just remember that you may go over because they're giving away a lot of Mysterium. We're getting 27,000 Mysterium for each one of these that we do. So this week we're going to get 27,000 plus. If you go in here to Thanos Reigns and you've done these Deathless incursions, you're getting even more Mysterium. So you do need to be careful with your Mysterium. So we're going to go ahead and collect that. Before I go to do another path, I'm going to go ahead and spend that Mysterium. And then we are going to do Angela for this one. Because she does armor breaks, and this guy gets messed up by armor breaks. So we're going to heavy. Yep. And as soon as we get over a bar of power, which we did. And again, and he's done. That was quick. That was super quick. Because we could just do that over and over and over again. Okay, we're gonna see if we can solo this with Bullseye. We can't miss. So all that falter stuff, and he has his own falter mechanic in. So we've got that. All right, we're going to get rooted. And we got hit. We keep getting rooted. But it doesn't matter. Oh, what happened? Oh, he stunned us. He's going to take us out. He is going to take us out. Okay. So we'll finish this up. I got stunned somewhere there. We're going to finish this up. So he works very well for that. We are going to turn this on. He works pretty good. He's not great. Bullseye's great on defense. He's not the best on offense. But here, now we can't miss. Bring it on. The more he hits me, the worse it gets. And he is just going to melt. John, I cannot wait for Human Torch to come out as a 7-star. That is probably going to be quite some time. Okay. Either one of those guys will work, or a combination of both of them will work. Not a big deal. We got 9,000 Mysterium out of that. And that's basically the gist of it. You just want to go through and look for your champs that don't have any miss chances or can get over that falter. All right. That is what I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody